Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for being here with me today on this beautiful Sunday morning. Today, I want to talk about my time with the Kronos turntable. My last 3 to 5 months with it, my takeaways, and of course, a question that has been repeated to me consistently on the comment section, which is, am I selling my turntable? Am I parting ways with my experience with vinyl? All right, so let's go over what's going on with my turntable. But before I get started, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, give me that support. We are close to 20,000 subscribers. Definitely want to make a push to get there because the more I grow, you know what happens, right? The more opportunities come for me to review some of the best components in the world. My Kronos turntable, as you know, enter my room approximately 5 months ago, I would say. Okay. Now, I am absolutely a newbie, an amateur, if you will, when it comes to vinyl. I grew up around vinyl. I remember watching my grandmother playing her records when I was only 6, 7 years old. Okay. But I never had any interest because at that point in time, I had a boombox. Okay. So I was enjoying my boombox or my Sony Walkman headphones. And now that I'm obviously much older, I kept hearing a lot of chit chat, a lot of hallway conversations at shows about how impressive a turntable can be, especially with ultra revealing systems. Well, ultra high end audio reviews, I guess it was long overdue, right? I needed to bring a turntable for myself, and I did just that. Let me just say that it has been one of the most phenomenal experiences, okay? One of the most amazing times in my short time with these components, okay? It has been what I have already articulated in the past. Very engaging, emotional, romantic, relaxing. It's about the music, not about the gear, not about the components. And I've made it this far with it because I have not been tinkering with it. And I will be honest with you, I don't feel that I would own a turntable if I had to tinker with it as much as I tinker with my digital. If you've been watching my channel, you know I am in the middle of tinkering a lot with my music server, the Takeo Extreme, and of course the network switch, which I just recently put in the system. I cannot embark on that level of effort also with my analog. So one of the reasons why you haven't seen a lot of this turntable playing music in my system and you know doing a lot of the comparisons that I typically do is because I'm so invested in digital right now that it's simply not allowing for me to continue to push hard with my turntable and spend a lot of hours listening to it. My time is very limited. Okay, I don't have a lot of time to sit here anymore for 6 hours until 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't have the time anymore that I did in the beginning stages. Okay, so I have to be more strategic about what I'm trying to do. Now that said, I know you want the answer to that question. Am I getting rid of my turntable? Am I finally parting ways with my turntable? Well, the answer is no. I'm not quite ready yet. Okay. I just want to circle back and enjoy when I have the time. Really just be calm, cool, collected, pour a drink in a glass and just submerge, okay, in the presentation. As a matter of fact, let me show you something. I received this record from a good friend of mine, okay? I heard this record at Munich in the Von Stryker room Von Stryker Vac Room, okay? This record blew my mind. Absolutely phenomenal. So Greg Weaver, a good friend of mine, in case you haven't seen his channel, I urge you to check out his channel, The Audio Analyst. Okay, the guy is a wealth of knowledge. When he talks about vinyl, all I can do is sit down and listen and not say a word. Okay, he plays tracks for me that I would have never found otherwise. Because this entire music collection, which, don't laugh, this is not everything I've got, I got more. But all these things are things that I have discovered because of friendships with people who are really deep into vinyl. This record made a huge impression on me. Okay, so Greg Weaver sent it to me. Thank you, Greg. Much appreciated. I haven't even had the chance to play it. Okay, I actually feel embarrassed to say that I haven't even had the chance to respond to him, letting him know I received it. But hopefully he's watching this video, and I want him to know that I'm so excited to hear this, and I want to thank him for introducing me to good music. Another thing I want to say is this is how busy I am. Okay, do you see this? This is the degrader. This is the record cleaning machine that I bought 2 months ago. Okay, this is the new version that came out. I haven't even had the chance to unpack it and clean some records. This is how busy I am. This is how behind I am with what I'm doing. Okay, so oftentimes it's just my bandwidth that prohibits me from enjoying more music, enjoying my system, and to be quite frank, is my responsibility of being a YouTuber and of course a normal person that works a 9 to 5 and still create content to keep you all entertained. So all these things are moving pieces that are stopping me from enjoying my system. Now, in case your next question is, wow, Jay, that kind of sucks that you are barely having time to enjoy your system as you once did. You're right. I cannot disagree. I cannot disagree with you. The time that I used to have in my early days to enjoy my Martin Logan Neoliths, enjoy my, Sasha DAWs, enjoy, the early beginnings of my lab. That's unfortunately time that I no longer have. Okay. Next week, in 5 days, I'm headed to Boulder, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, to do the factory tour on Boulder amplifiers. Basically, you will get to see soon enough what Boulder has to offer. Okay, so I'm busy with that. I'm busy shooting a local high-end home theater store as well. So that video is in the process of being edited as I speak right now. Of course, shooting this content today and getting ready for the week to work my regular job. So many times, oftentimes, I am asked, what do you do for a living, Jay? How can you afford all of this stuff? Oh my God, you are one of the few people that I see bring this level of gear consistently. Well, now you know. Working with 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 hands, relentlessly. From the moment I get up until I go to sleep. Okay, so that's what I have to do. And unfortunately, it's starting to tap into my time, my bandwidth to enjoy music. This is one amazing component, okay? A component that has left a long-lasting impression. And although I have a very obsolete version with an old tone arm that, I'm aware there's a new one with the new version, a much superior Kronos turntable than what I already have. If I'm being frank with you, I have no interest in trying the new turntable because I know my personality. If I hear it, I won't stop until I get it. And I just cannot embark on buying something far more expensive when I'm not even using it. It's like having a car, a supercar in a garage when you don't even drive it. Like, I don't have that luxury. Okay, so I want to do a lot more listening sessions with this. I may even bring back Oz from Let There Be Sound. In case you haven't seen his channel, check him out on YouTube. He wants to come in and do a tune-up on my turntable. It's been a minute. And maybe play some new records. But yeah, I am quite excited to hear this in my system. I cannot forget how amazing this sounds. And this begs the question, actually. This brings up an interesting point, which is, where are we headed with music today? I mean, if I hear current music and I compare to something like this, and mind you, I'm not like a guru when it comes to music collections and knowing every artist out there, but I am smart enough to know that this is real music. When I hear this, the feeling that I got through my veins, the goosebumps that I had, all of this are things that I can't say I feel when I hear current music, music that's being produced today. It is kind of sad if you ask me, because even records that I play from my time, the other day I was playing Guns N' Roses, okay? I know it's not some of you all's cup of tea. I understand that, okay? But I grew up around that stuff, so I enjoy that music. But even that type of music is like non-existent today. You know, a lot of what I hear today, a lot of what I hear on the radio, as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something that you may not know. I cannot remember the last time I played the radio. I can't remember the last time I was motivated to turn on the music and hear current music from today. Because it's just, I just never end up in bliss, audio bliss. It's always some crap. It's always something that it doesn't really make me appreciate my system. It doesn't make me appreciate the only availability that I have to listen to music. It's just garbage. And so it's scary to know that we're losing quality music, quality musicians like these, and that we don't have a new generation, right? There's not like a new generation that we can call the new breed, the new blood, if you will. I don't see that happening. And this is why I always have to resort to those who are in the know when it comes to great quality records, like Greg Weaver, like Oz from Let There Be Sound, and I'm sure there's many of you out there that I'm forgetting. They just know, and when I hear something, they play something special for me, right? And all I have to tell them is this, which is funny. All I say to them is, okay, I like that song. Do you have something else like it? Let me give you an example of what I mean. This one was introduced to me by Oz from Let There Be Sound, right? So he said to me, do you like Tracy Chapman? And I said, yes. I'm going to play something that sounds like her, something that sounds just like her. And I'm in love with this. Absolutely in love with this album. See what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I do with them, right? I'll tell them, hey, you remember what you sent me? Do you have something like that sounds more like that? That's how I identify the type of mood I'm going for. Because I have no way of describing things or telling them, give me this song, this record, filmed live here in 1986, second pressing, third pressing, whatever it is. I don't have a way of articulating because I don't know those things. So all I can do, which is interesting and funny, is telling them, do you have something that sounds like this or like that? And they actually pinpoint me exactly with precision to the next artist that I may like, and 9 times out of 10, they nail it. So it's pretty fun to find music that way for me anyway. Another question that I have been receiving, which is, Jay, should I buy a turntable? I'm afraid that the same thing that's happening to you is going to happen to me, which is I don't have the time, and it's just more convenient to listen to digital. It's better suited. It is better suited for my lifestyle. I'm always on the go. I don't have the time to buy records. I don't have time to read them. I don't have time to clean them. If you want to forget about the system, if you want to forget about your amps, if you want to forget about your preamp, your speakers, your cables, and you want to be taken and transported out of the room, I'm going to say yes, buy the turntable. That feeling that you are here and then 3 minutes later you're gone from the room, I don't think there's anything better than turntable. But of course, yes, there's a little bit of work involved, right? There is some work involved, buying records, cleaning them and all of that. But listen, we all have to do it. So if you're tired of hearing perhaps tracks and changing songs consistently, because that's what we do when we have this. Look, that's what we do, right? Consistently. If you're trying to do it, if you're just tired of doing the next, hitting next over and over and over again, I think this is where it's at. Because the fact that you have to play a record and sit down forces you to listen to the entire album. And I can't say that I remember playing an entire song on digital. It's a fact. I was just thinking about it the other day. I don't remember the last time I heard an entire song, because to me, what digital is doing, although my digital is getting better, by the way, I must say that, to me, what's happening with digital is the fact that I'm finding test tracks oftentimes to basically gauge my system's performance. And I'm trying to find a solution to this problem. I don't know what it will take for me to also leverage digital the same way I would leverage my vinyl, right? But it's a difficult act for me. It's a difficult proposition, because just knowing that I have another song waiting in the queue makes me push next, so that I can hear perhaps those dynamic swings of the next song. And then the next song has the vocals that I want to hear from Adele or whoever. And so that is really the problem with digital for me. And if you're having that same issue, I would say this right here, in my opinion, can help you solve some of those issues. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you for being with me here. Do not forget that next week I will be at the Boulder facility. I am so excited to bring you, for the first time, the very first real tour of Boulder amplifiers. Stay tuned for more, and do not forget to subscribe. Peace.